Good morning, everyone. How are you all? My mic was off the whole time.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm just singing out here. Everybody's good. Anybody here for the first time today? You guys are. Go ahead and stand up for 1 second. Tell everybody who you are. Peter and David. Peter was in Quantum Living for 10 weeks. Yes, but this is his first time to visit here. Well, we have a gift for you. Where is that gift?
Right here.
Oh, we give you Kirby to take home with you. Yeah. Yes, we have a little book for you.
If you made it to the class and you didn't scare him off, he should get 2 gifts.
Wow. That's why you should never work with children, dogs, or your husband. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you. I'm going to invite you all to stand. And let's get going, shall we? We're going to set our intention. Ready, Robbie? Gonna wash the dust off my soul. Gonna listen to some rock and roll. No cares, come what may, I'm making a beautiful day. Gonna drive my car to the sea, swim out far, 'cause I believe that the waves will wash the gray away. I'm making a beautiful day. Hello, Peter. Let me hear you say, everybody, oh, oh, my, my. What are we all doing? What are we doing? I'm learning to fly. Hey, hey, what's that you're saying? Let's not forget we're alive. Gonna climb that hill behind my house, see what this place is all about. 'Cause from above it all, you can't help but say, it's gonna be a beautiful day. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Let me hear you say, oh, oh, my, my. What are we doing, Eric? I'm learning to fly. Hey, hey, what's that you're saying? Let's not forget we're alive. All right, say good morning to one another. Gonna turn my enemies into friends. What's broken gets stronger, right, Tiffany? When it mends, when we all come together, this song will play and we'll sing, it's a beautiful day. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Everybody, here we go. Oh, oh, my, my. What are we doing, Corrine? I'm learning to fly. That's how you fly. Hey, hey, what's that you're saying? Let's not forget we're alive. It's gonna be a beautiful day. All right, set that intention. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Right, Anthony? It's gonna be a beautiful day. Let's make this a beautiful, everybody, day. Yeah. Woo. Okay. Whoops. I just realized I never put my iPad up here for my talk. Would you take that out of there, Kev? You do not want me going spontaneous for 40 minutes. Especially because it's only supposed to be 20 minutes. So everybody's good? Everybody had a beautiful week? Well, I actually went to Rochester, New York. Really, it was snowing. It was really snowing. We went to bed, and it was sort of like flurrying. And when we woke up, the first thing I did was throw open the window. It was like, something in like Meet Me in St. Louis. I just threw open the window. It was 6 inches of snow everywhere. It was so beautiful. Kevin's like, ugh, snow. And every time I go, it's so beautiful. He goes, that's because you didn't have to shovel it your whole life. Yeah. I even showed him houses there. I said, we could move here in our third act. We could. He was like, it's never happening. Anyway. So we come together every Sunday as a spiritual community to do one thing and one thing only. What is that? That was so underwhelming. Andrea, why are you here?
To prove to everyone that something wonderful is about to happen.
Is that what that says on your chest?
Yeah.
Something wonderful is about to happen. Wow, what is that?
You know, I'm just receiving whatever that is, and it would be everything. Yeah,
Okay.
everything is wonderful.
Let's all say that. Something wonderful is about to happen. Something wonderful is about to happen. That sounds really good, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. We also remind ourselves of our vision statement, which is love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. Okay, so take a deep breath. That is like the perfect setup. Something wonderful is about to happen. Right? Here we go. Get ready, my soul. Y'all know what you're doing here, right? I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. You know what to do, Wanda, right? What are you doing? I'm diving in to the sweetest kind of life. Right, Lisa? To the deepest kind of love. Get ready, my soul. Because something wonderful is about to happen. Everything I've ever done and everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to this precious moment, here to a new beginning, right? Here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. So take a deep breath, close your eyes for a moment. What in your life do you need to see clearly? What's showing itself in your life that is asking you questions? What wants you to know it so thoroughly, so deeply, that it is you? It's a part of you. It's what you are, who you are. There is that in you that knows exactly where you're going, what you're doing, why you're doing it, and guides you and leads you to that place where something wonderful is certainly not only about to happening, but it's happening right now. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I ready, my soul. Are you ready? I'm diving in, just dive right in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the sweetest kind of life, to the deepest kind of love. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. How do you feel now? Everybody feel good? Don't you feel like something is coming? Don't you feel like there's just something bubbling up? You know, not in race mind or race thought, but just in your own personal life. Doesn't it feel like something's just, I should go into something's coming from West Side Story right now. But then I'd have to talk about that I was in West Side Story. I try not to do that. Yeah, took about 10 minutes. So let's bring up our inspiration for today, the Reverend Dr. Tiffany Mellon. Tiffany has promised to keep it clean to this morning.
I made no such promises. Actually, a couple weeks ago, there was quite a bit of swearing on the stage, none of which was me. And I think one of them was you.
No.
I think so.
No. Did I?
You did.
No, that was Palm Springs.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, the F-bomb video.
Yeah. 14 F-bombs in one video.
It's my kind of video.
And the congregation loved it. They just loved it. They really did. One person didn't, but the rest of them really loved it. Yep. But we don't do that here.
We don't do
this
that
is
here.
Westlake.
This is sacred.
Oh, well, I might have a wrong opinion of this community. Yes, okay. So, what's our theme?
Reborn.
How's that feel?
You want my honest
No, I want you to
answer?
lie.
So usually when a theme comes out, I'm like, ooh, great. And like, I want to dive in. I want to see what I think about it, what I feel about it, and live it. And when this came up, I was like, ew. But what I love about me in this teaching is that when I have those moments of ew,
You know there's
it's
something-
an opportunity to dive in and take a look at why, and what beliefs are around that. And some of it, if I'm being honest, comes from the Christian connotation. And while I've done a lot of work to clean up a lot of it, I still have some issues with organized religions that have discriminatory dogma and that feel like there's hypocrisy in it for me.
Didn't you grow up Jewish?
I did.
Okay.
Well, I grew up Jewish. Like there was religion, like Jewish by tradition and by heritage, and say oy vey and things like that. But like not going to temple or anything like that. My mom's side was Jewish and my dad's side was Christian. And so one side wanted me to be baptized. The other side was like over my dead body. And so because of that, we grew up with very little religion and like lots of Santa Claus and a menorah, but nothing in between. So, but I still have some of that. And it was an opportunity to look at that. And what do I want to see? What do I choose to focus on in that? And then what I really got down to was it was none of that. What it is I have struggled to enjoy change. And reborn has a connotation of a transformation, right? It's change. And so because I don't, everything I ever let go of has claw marks in it. I'm like, no, I don't, I don't want to let go. There was a discomfort in me in this idea of being reborn. And so, but again, when I really looked at it, I was like, oh, what it really is transformation, which is different than change. It's a fundamental, it's like the butterfly goo that we become in between a caterpillar to the butterfly. And so I was thinking, about birth. And my son turned 16 this week.
Yes, he did.
And I was thinking about how, when I became married, I sort of died as a single woman, living my life on my own, solely for me.
Thanks, Austin.
Lucky Austin. And became somebody committed to doing life together with another human being and committed to this journey that we're on together. And when I became a mom and I transformed into somebody, radical transformation. That can only be described as a rebirth, right?
Yep.
I became somebody who loved bigger than me, and that
I think you said to me once, you said, when I gave birth, I never knew you could love that much.
No, yes. I never recognized, I didn't understand before I had kids the concept of loving somebody more than you love yourself. Right. Like, I never understood the idea that, like, if I was hungry and somebody else was hungry and I only had enough to feed one, I didn't understand. I understood the concept of giving to somebody else and not taking for yourself, but I didn't understand the desire to have somebody eat.
Wouldn't you cut it in
more.
half and each take half?
I don't know. Probably. That's what I would probably do if it wasn't my kids. But the desire to make sure that somebody
if it was your kids, you'd give them all of it.
Right. Because and gratefully and wanting to with every fiber of my being. There would have been no, but I'm hungry too with these people. And it was an opportunity that was kind of this pivotal moment of rebirth where suddenly I realized it took me a lot longer than the day I gave birth. I'm a slow steady sometimes. That really my call is to be able to do that with everyone.
Yeah.
That it was a rebirth into recognizing love in that way. And what I'm really being asked to do is, can I love you and all of you and everyone around me with that same energy that I love these amazing people, right?
Love only.
And it's interesting because I got an opportunity to see that this week. Not for everybody else, for my kids. I'm still there. I'm inching out. I was really emotional about Dylan turning 16. This feels like the beginning of our descent in time together. Like, I know that I will always be his mother. We will always have that love. We will always have that bond. But the time that my sphere of influence is slowing down, right? And he's going...
As it should.
Right. If you do your job right, they leave, which is absolute crap. Right? If I love you enough and I make you feel secure and I empower you to know who you are and to go out into the world, you're going to go out into the world.
Thanksgiving just happened, and when Will and Nora were maybe 9 or 10, I said to them one Thanksgiving, I said, just so you know, I'm prepared. Nora, you will always be home for Thanksgiving. Whoever you are with, you will bring them home for Thanksgiving. Will, you will eventually be suckered into going to the wife's house for Thanksgiving. I said, this is just the way it works. And both of them said, Dad, no, we will always be home for Thanksgiving. This Thanksgiving was the first Thanksgiving Will had to come to us and say, I need to go to my girlfriend's mother's house for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Right. And I was like, and so it begins.
Yeah, right?
Yes. Yep.
And the reason why there was so much emotion around it was because it was so beautiful at the same time that it was so heavy on my heart.
Yeah.
That I am so enamored with the man that he's becoming and so proud of him and so grateful to have him as this gift in my life, to have a front row seat to who he is
And
becoming.
he's being reborn with every age.
And he's-
because they all come with their
yes,
own idiosyncratic things.
He's reborn into somebody who wants to spend a lot more time with his friends and now has a car, right? Like he's
And now he can get away.
And now he can get away from me. That's probably what the sadness was. I'm like, now you have a mode of transportation to get away from your mother. But in that transformation, and I think that, even I recognize now with some time behind me that when my father died, that in that grief, there was a transformation of our relationship, that there was a rebirth of the way that I get to experience that relationship. But there's so much beauty in it. That's where the depth is. That's where I get to really know who I am and live this love only. And so it's a new experience for me to be able to recognize the beauty while I'm experience the discomfort of transformation or of being
and that's
reborn.
really where we've come in this philosophy. To understand this philosophy is not a philosophy we use to not feel. We don't use it to get over things. We actually understand now this philosophy, and most of the wisdom of the world teaches us how to live with the feelings and the emotions, whether they are, if they're hard or not, but to live with them and to at the same time be able to know who we are simultaneously.
Well, it's, in the practitioner class, I think like everybody showed up, like we have a very evolved class where they are rooted in this teaching. They're amazing. They're smart.
Yes,
and
they're all
deep.
of my students.
That's
that
right.
I sent to you.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so on the first night of class,
Right.
everybody showed up, and for the first couple of weeks, everybody showed up with that consciousness of like, I know who I am. I'm love only, right? And I was like, oh, really? Like, let's. What about when we dive into this?
Because this year is called
How Life Got to Be
This
This
Way.
Way.
So you get to go look at how your life got to be this way. Right?
And so as we've been digging, all of a sudden people are like, oh, I know, and you start like the messy starts coming up, and I'm so excited. It made me so happy.
Well, you love the messy.
I love messy. I do. I love messy, but also because it's such an opportunity. It's such an and to know who you are and be digging up the messy, is just such a beautiful experience. And I have the gift of knowing what's on the other side.
Yes,
I
you
have the
do.
gift of knowing.
Well, you're like the poster child of someone who went from really messy
to only slightly messy.
to living messy.
Yeah.
Living with it.
But life is messy. Like, life is messy. Relationships
I'm
are messy.
Is there anybody here who's not messy?
Kevin, you're messy. Is there anyone here who's not delusional?
Yes, see, Swan raised her hand.
Swan.
So here's what I love. You started out with saying reborn. Ugh. And you've had more to say about reborn than any of us.
Because I had to look at it.
Yes. And for me, the reborn is not, what you had to look at was one thing. For me, it was about what do I need to rebirth inside me that I may have put aside? Mm-hmm. What am I ready to give birth to now?
Definitely not more children.
No.
Yep.
No. Ready?
Let's do it. All right, I don't like standing. I don't like saying it more than once, so let's sit and do it great. Ready? And do it right the first time. We don't have to do it again. All right, ready?
I am reborn with every breath I take. How do you feel? Does that work? Reverend Dr. Tiffany Mellon. Give me a hug. Okay, well, given that she already set up this song without even knowing it, here is Carol to sing Black Butterfly.
Morning light, silken dreams take flight as the darkness gives way to the dawn. You survived. Now your moment has arrived. Now your dreams have finally been born. Black butterfly, sail across the waters. Tell your sons and daughters what the struggle brings. Black butterfly, set the skies on fire. Rise up even higher, so the ageless winds of time can catch your wings. While you slept, the promise was unkept, but your faith was as sure as the stars. Now you're free, and the world has come to see just how proud and beautiful you are. Black butterfly, sail across the water. Tell your sons and your daughters what the struggle brings. Black butterfly, set the skies on fire. Rise up even higher, so the ages winds of time can catch your wings. Let the courage in your heart soaring. Listen, write a timeless message clear across the sky, so that all of us can read it and remember when we need it, that a dream concealed in truth shall never die. Butterfly. John and Patty, you guys, give it up for me. So now you're free, and the world has come to see just how proud and beautiful you are. Black butterfly, sail across the waters. Tell your sons and your daughters what the struggle brings. Oh, set the skies on fire. Rise up even higher, so the ageless winds of time can catch your wings. Butterfly.
Carol, that was just spectacular. Wow. So, so funny, you know, such a perfect song for this month, just beautiful. And John, that was great, the guitar solo, yeah. So, you know, I don't really talk a lot. I don't go into the Bible much, and I don't really talk much about my upbringing as a Catholic. and I was going to be a priest. I mean, that was my initial thought, to be a priest. Some things changed that thought as I grew older. But today, December 8th, anybody know what today is in the Catholic Church? What holiday it is? That's right. It's the Feast of the Immaculate Conception. That's today, which makes great sense for our theme of being reborn and for the song about the butterfly. But here's what you may not know. Most people think that the Feast of the Immaculate Conception is about the Blessed Mother, Mary, being immaculately conceiving Jesus, that it's about Mary having no human counterpart and giving birth to the Son of God. That's not what the Immaculate Conception is. The Immaculate Conception is actually a feast that honors the Blessed Mother, honors Mary. It honors Mary because it means that she was born without original sin, the only person, that she was born immaculate, that she was born pure, that she was born with no sin and therefore had no capacity to sin ever in her life. Did everybody know that? No, because we all think the Immaculate Conception is this weird idea that Mary gave birth to a child without ever having a physical connection with anyone human. That's not it. It's about her being immaculate from her conception in her mother's body, Anne's body, right? In fact, I believe one of our pop singers said it perfectly. If you look at the lyrics to Lady Gaga's I Was Born This Way, she's singing about the Immaculate Conception. I really believe she is, because she really gets it. My mama told me when I was young, we're all born superstars. You know, we're all born perfect. We're all born immaculate. Because that's actually the truth. That's actually the way it works. In fact, that's the title of my talk, Immaculate. Because every single one of us is born immaculate. And that truth of our being does not change as we maneuver ourselves through life. Because think about this. I mean, I'm not saying that the Blessed Mother, that the Mother Mary was born immaculate. You know, I'm not going to go here or there with that. But she did, by all accounts, have a child or get pregnant before she married Joseph. That's in the Bible. That's everywhere in the Bible. That Joseph was going to break off his engagement with Mary because he found out she was pregnant until he had this epiphany. Except not an epiphany, because that's another holiday. But he had this awakening, an awareness that, in fact, or it was that an angel came to him and said, no, she is immaculate and she is carrying the Son of God. And he married her. And the rest is history. A big history. Probably he is the most famous person in the universe and has stayed that way. He had a great press agent, right, Lisa? I mean, really a great one. So the lyrics of the song that Carol just sang, when you slept, the promise was unkept. But your faith was so sure as the stars. Now you're free, and the world has come to see just how proud and beautiful you are. That whole idea that Tiffany was talking about the butterfly. So what if you really bought into today this concept of you being part of the Immaculate Conception? That this holiday that we're celebrating today, and today is a holy day in the Catholic Church. You had to go to church. I mean, this was a lucky one for them this year because they got to kill two birds with one stone on a Sunday. But if it came Monday through Friday or Saturday, you had to go to church that day too, because it was a biggie, even though apparently none of us understood what it was. But what if today we actually celebrated within ourselves the truth of how we came into this world? Just think about that you came in perfect, immaculate, sin-free, no sin whatsoever. And I love that they say that the Blessed Mother never sinned again. Ernest Holmes says that, doesn't he, in the textbook? I have not sinned. I have not sinned in the past. I do not sin now, nor will I ever sin. Because sinning is just, for us, understanding that we occasionally miss the mark. But in order to miss the mark, there has to be a mark. And that mark is your immaculate person. You, who you are. Perfect. Free of all sin. Or ever even being able to have sin. So what if today is the day you rid yourself of the false idea that there is anything wrong with you? How's that? Would everybody like that? I'm not talking about your physical ailments, except I am talking about your physical ailments too. But that there's nothing wrong with you. There never was anything wrong with you. There is not anything wrong with you. And there never will be anything wrong with you other than what you decide is wrong with you. Because you were born immaculate. You were born perfect, no matter what. And that means every child is born immaculate. Every person is born perfect. Where were we? When did that, was that last week? Who was inspiration last week?
Brad.
It was Brad talking about his brother. That just went right into my head. It was Brad talking about his brother being, his mother had written to his son saying, you were perfect and you taught me what I needed to learn in this life. Because his brother was, it was developmentally, yeah, but he had something specific. Anyway, all of it's perfect. Because I don't want you sitting here thinking, yeah, but what if you're born this way? Is that perfect? Uh-huh. Yeah, it is. And that's what we have to look at. When I was born, I was instantly put into an incubator, and I didn't go home for a long time because I had a hole in my heart, and they didn't expect me to survive. And so my mother didn't really see me much. My father would go to the hospital to see me. But I had a hole in my heart. And then I did survive, clearly. I'm standing here. I did survive, but then I was the boy with the hole in the heart. And I had a defect. I had a birth defect. And I was at the doctor's every 6 months. And in those days, in order to get an EKG, remember those suction cups? There were like suction cups everywhere with goo. And it was just, for a little kid, it was like really freaky. And that went on for years and years and years and years. And I saw myself as the defected boy with the hole in the heart. And I didn't play sports. I wasn't allowed to play sports. Sad. But I wasn't allowed to play sports. I wasn't allowed to do anything too athletic until I went into freshman year of college, and I just said, that's it, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I can't live like this. So I joined the crew team, found out that I was extremely athletic, got on the varsity crew team, and didn't stay long because I had to choose between that and Dames at Sea, this musical I was doing. So I took the musical. But then I was dancing. But when I did do West Side Story, they had to come in and wire me up to do a show because they thought that I had heart issues. They did some tests and they said, we probably have to put in a pacemaker. I was like, so they wired me up. I did a full show with technicians on the side of the Minskoff Theater checking all of my EKGs. When I finished, when the whole thing was done, the doctor, when I had to go back to Philadelphia to meet with my specialist, and he said, well, I just have to tell you, your hole in the heart has closed. He said, you no longer have a hole in your heart. He said, you have a little murmur. That's it, like 90 other people. Like 90% of the world has a little murmur. He said, that's it. I can tell you for certain that that hole started closing the minute I was a freshman in college, and I said, I'm done. I'm done being the boy with the hole in the heart. I'm done being defective. So that's what I'm offering you today. And I just want you to take a moment, and I'd like you to just think for yourself, where do you see the defects? What is it about you that you find defective? What parts of you do you think aren't perfect, aren't immaculate? Parts of your personality, parts of your past, parts of your history. I've had this ongoing feeling that I hadn't accomplished enough yet recently, as I've been going through my life saying, what do I want to do next? What do I want the third act to really look like? I haven't accomplished enough. And I said that to one person, and they just laughed hysterically. I said, I just feel like I haven't accomplished enough. And this woman, who I'm very close to, she just started laughing. I said, I'm serious. She goes, I know you're serious. She said, but if you haven't accomplished enough, I've done nothing. And I was like, yeah, but and I get it. I totally get it. But that feeling, it was coming through me. And then I went, wait, no, this is an old tape in my mind. I always lived my whole life feeling I wasn't enough. I didn't do enough. This didn't happen. I remember when, and I know most of you know this, when I was testing for the movie Footloose, and I really thought I was going to get it, and Kevin Bacon got it. And I remember that moment of going, there you go, of course, somebody else got it. That was a mindset that kept making that happen over and over and over again. I mean, I can give you the list of shows where it was going to be him or me, and it was him. But there were a lot of times when it was going to be him or me, and it was me. So there was that belief. Then you start believing in mixed results, as opposed to the results that I receive are mine and they're perfect, no matter what they are. So you are as you were born. Just think about that. If we're looking at this idea of immaculate, and you were born perfect, immaculate, you are as you were born. You are right now, Corrine Draper, exactly as perfect as you were the day you were born. And it doesn't matter what has happened between now and then. And I can say that, I can use Peter, every single person's name in here to say that to. It doesn't matter what you have gone through. You are just as perfect as you were that day you were conceived even. Remember, it's the Immaculate Conception, not the Immaculate Birth. So the moment that this and that touched and exploded and how that all happens, you were perfect. Perfect, no matter what. Now, can you be now, right now, as you were born? Because the second part of this is you live as you believe. So look at the juxtaposition of those two things. You are as you were born, and you live as you believe. Can you buy into, can you believe that you are perfect? Can you believe? And here's the thing about being reborn. Can you believe right now, in this moment, that whatever you decide to bring back up into your experience of life, whatever it is, whatever's not doing so well for you, whatever it is that seems a little shadowed, a little bit in the shadows, whatever those old dreams were, can you bring them back up and know that they are perfect and that you are capable of making any single one of them and every single one of them an absolute reality no matter what? And I don't care what yeah buts you want to give me. How many of you have a lot of yeah buts that you still use? Yeah, right? Wow, that was fast, Anthony. You're hamming up so fast, right? We always, yeah, but I'm 70 years old, but I don't do that anymore. You remember a couple weeks ago when I tried to do a cartwheel up here? I can't tell you how many people came up to me and said, don't ever do that again. We were so worried you were going to break something. It's like, oh my God, how old do you think I am? 70. So, well, I just want you to know. No, I'm not doing it today. I'm wearing dress pants, hello. I never do. I went to the park the next day and cartwheeled across blue until I got to the end. It wasn't pretty at first. But I was like, wait, I now believe I can't do a cartwheel. And then I went back and watched it online. It looked like my great-grandfather was trying to do a cartwheel. I was like, Jesus. And so I went, I did my hike, and I got to Beaman Park, and I just started, and they started slow, and then after a while, I was like in the Olympics. I'm like doing cartwheels, then I did round-offs, and I even thought for a minute, I'm gonna do a round-off into a back handspring, but my mind got the better of me. I was like, let's not do a back handspring, because I didn't bring my phone, because I might need it after the back handspring to call someone to come get me. And that's not true either. Watch, tomorrow I'm gonna have to do a back handspring now. You people make my life very difficult. But it's true. Can we move beyond preconceived ideas and go back to how we started? Right? Oscar Wilde said this: the true perfection of man lies not in what man has, but in what man is. Who you are. Remember who you are. Not remember what you've done up till now to make you who you are. Remember who you are innately. Who are you within? Who were you when you first came into being? That was the Immaculate Conception. I think this would be a great talk even at a Catholic church. I really do. I really think it would be great. I'd love for some priest to get up and give this kind of a talk about the Immaculate Conception. Because frankly, knowing that Mary was born with no sin is nice. It's a little annoying when you think, but I wasn't. Why her? Right? Right, Anthony? Yeah. So, but knowing that that's just a metaphor for who you are, that changes it for me. Same thing with Jesus. You know, knowing that Jesus is not different, but came to say, you are me, I am you. As Meister Eckhart said, between the Father and me, between the Father and me, there is no in-between. There is no between. And they, of course, excommunicated him and then pulled him back in afterwards because they realized how brilliant he was. But that's what it means. Between the day I was conceived and now, nothing has changed other than my history, what I have done with that perfection. I love this one. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Oh, I skipped one. I'll have to read it to you. Okay. Winston Churchill. They say that nobody is perfect. Then they tell you practice makes perfect. I wish they'd make up their minds. Right? Right? So we're just practicing too much. We are practicing, we are trying to be what we already are. And it's exhausting. Anybody else exhausted? Right? Just, it's exhausting trying to be perfect. I already am, Kevin. So, to conclude, how many know the book Hope for the Flowers? You know that. If you have children, you may have. No, apparently not. Okay, Trina Paulus. She wrote a book about hope for the flowers, and it's about the butterfly and it's about how we're perfect, to be honest. And she says this: how does one become a butterfly? You have to want to learn to fly so much that you're willing to give up being a caterpillar. I don't know about you, but that makes me cry. So my last question I'm going to have for you today is this: what are you willing to give up in order to become? What are you willing to give up? I'd like to suggest that you give up a preconceived idea of who you think you are, and you go back to your own personal immaculate conception. That you go back to the perfection that you are, that you go back to that time when everything was possible. That time when your dreams were so big and you knew they were going to happen. That time where everything that came through you had an outlet because you didn't second guess it, because you didn't push it back, because you didn't have a reference that would tell you that may not be possible, that you just did it because you knew who you were. Give that up. Give up your excuses. Give up your yeah buts. Give up any judgment you have about yourself. Give up any mistakes you've made and recognize them as perfectly part of the life that has brought you to this moment. So what are you willing to give up in order to become? Because you know what? It is so much more beautiful flying through a life of pure potential than crawling through the dirt of the earth. You are way bigger than all of that. Namaste. Thank you. Okay, everybody, take a deep breath. Oh, I can grab that. Thanks, honey. Okay, I invite you to take out your contribution today, your gift, your investment, your stewardship, whatever you want to call it. We have a very special offering today, which we'll do after this. I just want to say how grateful I am to this community, and certainly to all of you online, all of you that join us every Sunday, that watch us throughout the week. Thank you to everyone who contributes to this center from all around the world. I always love it when someone sends a check from, like we have a woman that sends a check from London, many intervals throughout and they're always with pennies attached. It's like, $462.37, because she's been adding up to make sure that she tithes 10% to a church she's never been to, but a church that she watches.
We're a spiritual center, Nick. Yeah.
I'm saying church now too. Nick's not here. But I know you're watching, Nick. I'm good with church. I'm good with church. I'm good with spiritual center. I'm good with whatever you need it to be. I'm good with church. So yeah, she's never been here, but amazing, amazing woman. And that happens all over the world for us. So I'm going to say thank you right now. So take a deep breath. So what I know is that the universe is filled with potential, pure possibility. It is rich. It is prosperous. It is opulent. It is expansive. I also know that Earth has just come out of its cocoon. That this world that we live in is indeed ready to fly, regardless of what it may look like. There is an awakening within the consciousness of this beautiful earth. And I know that consciousness moves through each one of us and out into the ripples of life, bringing prosperity and joy and love and purpose and understanding to each person. And I just say thank you for that. Thank you for being a part of bringing that message to the world. And I let it be so, as we say together, and so it is. So think about all the things that you're grateful for. I've got a roof over my head. I've got a warm place to sleep. Some nights I lie awake counting gifts instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. There may be times when I lose the light and let my spirit sink, but I can't stay depressed when I remember how I'm blessed. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. So I just want you to think about what you're grateful for. All the good in your life, all the people in your life, all of the history that your life has accumulated up to this point. And then I want you to be grateful for knowing who you are at such a deep level, for knowing the perfection that is you, for knowing that from the moment you were thought of, your life has been blessed. And so grateful for all of that. And taking that into action into your life and living it. As you move from this moment to the next, keeping that gratitude, that gratefulness right there at the center of your heart. And living it out loud. This is what I know. And I'm so grateful to know it. I just allow it to take me on this beautiful journey called life. And I live it, I love it, I'm grateful for it, and I say thank you. And so it is. Everybody, join us. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. Truly blessed and duly grateful.
Good morning. It's Sunday, December 8th, and here are your GTC announcements. Coming up on the calendar, this coming Saturday, December 14th, Dr. James and Kevin are hosting a caroling party at their home. This event is open to all. We ask that everyone bring a healthy dish to share. On Sunday, December 15th, we have our annual membership meeting. If you are a steward of GTC, this is your opportunity to vote on board seats as well as review the accomplishments of the past year and look ahead to what's in store for 2025. We look forward to seeing you here or online on Sunday, December 15th. We'll be having a Christmas Eve service on December 24th at 5 p.m., so we look forward to celebrating the season with you early that evening. Looking ahead to the new year, we will be having our first Divine Dining and Doing event on Saturday, January 11th at the home of Dr. James and Kevin. It's an Italian feast featuring Mama Chalgren's famous spaghetti sauce recipe. This event will be hosted by Dr. Thor and Aaron, Becky, and Kevin and Dr. James. The event is already 2/3 sold out, so if you want to attend, we recommend that you buy your tickets now online or right after service today. You can always find out what's going on and make a donation using the QR codes you'll find in the back of our monthly theme cards. Use the camera on your smartphone and you'll go right to the calendar and donation pages on our website. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Thank you, Thor. Go ahead, Kevin.
All right. So the holiday party at our house, it originally said 5 o'clock. I want everybody to say this. It's going to start at 4 o'clock, all right? 4 o'clock, it'll be in the information that goes out this week, 4 to 7, so that we can do our sort of walking around the neighborhood Christmas caroling. Hopefully, we'll get started by 5:30, but that way everybody can come and mix and be merry for a full hour or so before we do our little mini rehearsal and then take to the streets for anybody who wants to. But I also want people to know, you don't have to go out on the street. Some people just like to hang at the house while we walk around the block. That's totally okay.
That sounded funny. You don't have to go out in the streets.
Yeah, so you don't have to go out on the street. So I know it's really fun.
Some people stay back at the house.
Right, some people stay back at the house and sit by the fire or sit outside, whatever. That's totally cool. So 4 to 7 at our house.
And definitely bring the kids, because the kids love Christmas caroling.
Yes, bring kids. Please, kids, come to the, make your dads, your moms, your whatever, grandmas, bring them to the holiday party, okay? There'll be lots of healthy cookies.
Yes.
I'm calling them healthy cookies.
Notice he said bring a healthy snack.
Yeah, that's right. No, please,
But not
please
everybody,
come.
don't everybody bring carrots.
No, 4 to 7 at our house next week. The Italian feast is on sale outside, as Thor said in the announcements. And the last thing I said I'd push next week for the annual meeting, James was talking, this is for all the folks watching online as well, especially our Palm Springs family. There will be a live stream for it. We need a quorum of 70 people. So please, the annual meeting gives so much information about the workings of this center.
Yes, we have actually things to vote on. And
Vote
there's a lot
on it,
going
so
on.
we need the quorum.
So if you're a member, we really ask you to be here next.
And it'll start pretty much right after service.
service,
We'll
yes.
finish service, give 5 minutes for people to
We will
take
vote
a
in the new board
restroom
members,
break.
yes.
And we'll go right to the annual meeting. So please, please, please plan on staying for that
And
meeting
Thor
next
will be
week.
sending something out today. You can watch it online as well. Reverend Dr. Tiffany, we're going to put her on up here with us on a computer just to make sure that everybody votes online
Right.
as
So
well.
that's especially
and
for all of
you
our
can give your
friends.
proxy to
Right.
someone if you need
Far
to.
and wide friends who are members
Yes.
all around the country and the world, please
Right.
join us next week for the annual meeting. There will be a live stream link so that you can be with us and vote.
Okay, good.
That's all
good.
I said.
Okay, great. Okay, we have one other thing to do before our multitude of children come up here. Stan Galperson, would you come up here, please? Where are you, Stan? Great. So we are heading towards the end of the year. You will be getting a letter from me letting you know where you are with your stewardship, with your membership, and asking you to give a year-end gift and to maybe up your pledge for next year. If you are going to up your pledge, we need you to call the office and tell Thor, or even if you're going to keep your pledge exactly the way it is and you want to check in with us, just call the office and tell Thor so that he can hopefully change your stewardship or your membership to a little bit more for next year. If everybody gave a little bit more next year, it would help us. We are still at a deficit this year, which is why Stan's up here. Because Stan was at a board meeting where we talked about the deficit at this center for 2024, and he said...
Can I take a minute?
Yeah.
I am so grateful for this place. I am so grateful that over the last 9 years, this place has become my home. And it needs to continue to expand and to prosper. So I've already met my obligation this year as far as my personal giving. So today I am offering a match of $10,000. But to make it a true match, you need to give in addition to what you would normally give for it to move the needle. Okay, so I just wanted to make that very clear. This is above and beyond what I've already done. I'd like you to do the same. Thank you.
So Stan is donating $10,000 to the center and asking the congregation to match. Not you don't all have to give 10. It'd be lovely,
Yeah,
but
that would be fine.
No, but we're looking to raise another $10,000 to match his $10,000, which will take us pretty close to getting out of our deficit for the year 2024. So this, especially to you guys online too, just go online and donate and write in the line underneath it, match, so we know that it's part of the match. And can I just give it up for Stan once again? When I came to this center, there were maybe 20 or 30 people left at this center sitting here, and yet there was a full band. And when I interviewed the center to talk about me coming here and looking at the finances, I was like, how is it possible you're paying a full band to be here, but no one's giving and you're losing a lot of money? This man said, we are never having a service without a full band, and he paid for the band for 2 whole years.
Well, I had a little help, not completely.
Did you have a little help? Okay.
There was one other person.
Okay, and so he's been this type of person since I knew him 8 years ago, and he continues to be. Thank you, Sam. Okay, kids, come on up. Yes, keep going, keep going. Yes, 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 yeah. Good job. Yes. You good? Good. Oh, sorry, there you go. Wait, this, by the way, this is Dylan, who just turned 16. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dylan. Happy birthday to you. Now he's never coming back. Never coming back, yeah.
He was so great stepping in and helping us out today. We've just lost. Stay with me. So today we did a little experiment because we like to do a little bit of science, and where we're talking about rebirth and how sometimes we feel a little bleh, right? Sometimes we get into that space where I'm not doing anything. I don't want to do anything. I don't feel like I'm doing anything. Anyone else? Just me? Oh, no, okay, other people are in that place sometimes. But what is it that brings us out of that? Well, the interesting thing is, as I've mentioned many times before, I lay out a plan and they change it. We ended up launching into an entire discussion about what God is and what it is to each and every one of us. And I promised Lexi she got a chance to do the experiment in front of you, and then we're going to have a little niblet of what we talked about in the group session today. So the corn represents us in that stage of meh, right? And we just kind of sit in that space of meh till we get
like
to...
a caterpillar.
Like a caterpillar, only we're in that. It's not like the caterpillar. The caterpillar knows he's doing something. I'm progressing. I'm doing stuff. But we often are sitting on a couch or at a desk going,
Oh, it's the couch potato corn.
Couch potato corn. Very good. Well done. Anyway, but then we get to a place. Come over here. You want to come over here and show everyone what you have, darling? Yes, you do. Come on over here, baby.
Show them. Show them.
Here we go.
Show them.
Put your hands up and show everybody what you have.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. You want to
Careful,
come stand over
she's
here next
tough.
to
Last
your
week
sister,
she
buddy?
just-
She's tough.
Show me your
She's
gem.
tough.
Show them your treasure. Can I
It's
show
gems.
them? Can I show them? Okay, thank you. Oh,
Oh no.
There it
Oh
went.
no. Everyone goes for it.
thank you.
We have a lot more treasure.
You have a lot more
Lot of
treasures.
treasure. These are
Okay,
treasure-filled
there you go.
people. So
Awesome. Let me see that. Beautiful.
it is gorgeous, isn't it? So we've got our meh going on, but there's something in each and every one of us that knows that we're more than meh. We know that we're capable of more. We
That's a
know
Jewish
that
term,
we
right?
are more.
Meh.
Meh is more of a teen thing. We're like,
Oh.
meh.
Isn't there a Jewish
We're
term?
just meh.
Meh.
So
Amy.
there's this something in us that reminds us we don't have to do that. We don't have to be that. We can step right on up and do something else. And that is there's the allness, the godness, the everythingness. And when we remember,
Watch your head.
put it under. Thank
your
you,
head.
because Kevin's
Watch
going
your
to kill
head.
me now. Kevin's going to kill me now because I didn't realize you put so much in there.
That's okay because it's only water, right?
It's just water. It's just water. It's vinegar and water.
Oh, it's vinegar. She's going to smell good.
So what
going home.
happens is when you give it just a tiny bit of an agitation, and I'm saying we probably should have put more in there, which would have made a bigger mess. Well, in our experiment, what happened was I'm sorry, darling.
Does
You
it
want to go to
pop?
the bathroom and clean up right now, or do you want to wait? Okay. What happens, it does not pop. What happens is after a minute or two of really getting our sense of who we are and believing in ourselves, those little corn kernels get surrounded by bubbles and they're lifted up. And they start to rise and fall and rise and fall. And that's the same with all of us. We get into that place and it's like, oh, and all it takes is just a little bit of a belief in knowing who we truly are. And who we truly are is God, is that everything energy. And it helps bring us up and it helps us find those places to get up higher. The discussion, however, that's like maybe a whole other conversation, to be honest with you. We really had some deep thinkers, even in this little tiny one here. It was
What did he
really
say God was?
beautiful. What did he say his was?
Did you,
Oh, was
did
it the
you tell him
curly-haired
you thought
man?
God was?
Do you want to tell Dr. James what you thought God was?
I thought God was a human.
Good answer. Yes.
I thought God, and whenever I thought about God, I thought of Jesus.
Good. And Jesus was a human. Yeah, perfect.
Whenever I think of God, I think of dough fruit.
Fruit?
Yeah,
Oh, dull fruit?
dough fruit.
Dope. Wow, cool. Everything's right so far.
So far, so good.
Energy.
Yes. Very good.
Chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets.
Sawyer?
Sawyer, what did you? Nope.
Nope,
Okay.
it's not gonna. Do you want to tell them what you saw?
What did you see?
I saw colors.
Rainbows.
Thank you, Cindy Lauper.
I saw light.
What did you see?
Light.
Light. You can tell the two that are being raised by the practitioner teacher.
And the two, yeah.
Yeah.
But
These are great. I love
these
what
were
was that,
really
chicken
wonderful.
nuggets?
Yeah, right
You
there.
did, yeah.
They were just some really wonderful discussions that we had about what God was, and getting them to, or allowing them space to be able to just authentically say chicken nugget, because we need to be able to say what we need to say. I do want to bring up one thing. On the 22nd, it's a Sunday at 4:00 downstairs. We are having movie time, or we called it movie night, but since it's at 4:00, it's movie evening. And we will have popcorn and hot cocoa and cider and all of that wonderful stuff. And all we need from you is to bring us your children and bring us their friends. And we are going to have a wonderful time. We're going to watch the Polar Express. And it's a beautiful transformational story. It is a gorgeous allegory about us embracing who we truly are. And our kids get to share that together and have a really special afternoon. And Dr. James is also going to be with us.
Yes, I will.
So.
Okay, and the parents can be there too, right?
Yes.
Great, great, good. Okay, thanks, kids. You got them all? Good. Huh. Okay, Tiffany, come on up here for a second. Oh, COD today is Diane and Kirby. Yes. Great. Where are you going to be, guys?
I'm going to be in the living room.
Kirby will be in the living room. Diane will be in the meditation room. So you know what? If something came up and you're having an issue with your Immaculate Conception, there they are. They're going to talk you right through it. Come on up. Great. Thank you, ladies. Okay, give me a little pretty music. Give me a little treatment out.
In this immaculate energy, I invite you all to just take a deep breath and recognize your own magnificence. This God energy, this light, this human, this love that resides in each and every one of us. This chicken McNugget of magnificence that each of us is. And I recognize in this energy of knowing who I am, anything is possible. I am reborn in this moment, in the truth of who I am, in the most immaculate, magnificent, glorious, enlightened, loving, elevated, levitated version of myself. And I know this for each and every one of us. And I stand in deep gratitude for this community, for the recognition, for having a place that allows me to settle into the truth of who I am each and every week and remember. Grateful for the love in this community. I simply just release this word in this gratitude as law, knowing it is already done, as together we say, and so it is.
I invite you all to stand.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I said, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, shine. That's right. Got it. Shine, 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 shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. I said everywhere I go,
Sunday, everybody.